this is our bus driver? This is art. Hey friends, it's time for us to play something together once again. And today we have a horror game called I Did Not Buy This Ticket. This is actually a visual novel, which I know you all enjoy very much, and so do I. I don't know, it's just cool. It's like story time together. And not only is that fun, but for me personally, I feel it's easy to lose myself in an experience like this. Now, before we begin, I do want to say there is a surprise at the end of the video. Could be a bonus horror game, could be a short story. Who knows? But there's also something on my mind that I really wanted to talk to all of you about. If you are somebody that does not feel they are worthy of love, I would like you to listen to me for a bit. I have a friend who's gone through an incredible transformation of losing over 140 pounds. I trained with him in the gym and we would talk and joke with each other while we did. And one day I was asking him about what his specific goals were, where he wanted to take his physique, and in a joking way he said, I just want to be someone that's able to be loved. Now, in the moment, he meant it as a joke, but I could tell that there was a little bit of seriousness to that. So I told him, man, you've always been someone that's able to be loved. Before your transformation, after your transformation, you are always deserving of love, kindness, and respect. The first step to actualizing self-love is to realize you've always been worthy of it. I love you all, and I hope you're safe. Welcome to I Did Not Buy This Ticket. And here we go on this adventure. We had a funeral. Weep for the dead. The tears well up in my eyes, distorting my vision. They come easily, fat, salty, continuous tears, as if I had known the man lying in the coffin before me. So we're at a funeral and we don't know for who. This is the first time I've ever laid eyes on him. The tears run down my cheeks, they itch, but I resist the urge to rub my face. I know it's more dramatic to let them flow. I just noticed our character's name is Candelaria. Very cool. My emotions just for show. I'm in complete control. I always am. The deceased son. Hey, we finished the burial. Everyone's gone home, so we should settle your payment now. That was quite the performance, I have to say. Wait a minute, what? Your payment? Are we being paid to show up to a funeral of someone we don't know and cry? No one can say I'm not worth the price or tell your friends about me. I guess the first one. No, they can't. I had my doubts, to be honest, but anyway, here, the amount we agreed on over the phone. You seem like you want to say something. No, I do actually. It's silly to try to hide it from you. I was impressed with the realism, truly. You'd never seen my father before. And yet, your mourning was more emotional than that of my relatives. Should I say it's not too different than the work of a good actress, or he had a bad relationship with his family, huh? I'm gonna say the first one. I think the second one's a little too harsh. In a way, it's true, but it's not exactly the same thing. No, it's not. Actresses are paid better. Oh, of course. Before you go, let me ask you a question. I got curious about how you got into this, how you learned to weep so spontaneously. It's not a common profession, let's be frank. Well, that's true. And we sit there in silence. The art in this game is, I don't know, it's giving me this very strange feeling as if I'm playing something I shouldn't be, but in a good way. I don't know if that makes sense. All I can say is that life takes us down unexpected roads, or I don't have to answer that and I won't. I'll say the first one. That's just another way of not answering. You don't even know how you got here, do you? Myself, I wanted to be an artist, yet here I am in a suit and tie, wearing my daily uniform to bury my father. Is that all? Wow. Listen to those words. I always wanted to be an artist, but here I am in a suit and tie, in my daily uniform bearing my father. There's a lot more to life than just the rat race, I guess. Oh, yeah, of course, forgive me. Here's the money. Thank you. I think he was looking for some advice on how to do something different with your life. The envelope is nothing but an excuse. Can you live well off of this? This isn't my day job. It's more of a hobby, I would say. A hobby? Unexpected answer. To say the least. I imagine this would take a toll on your spirit as a job. If you do it to pass the time, well, what do you mean? Most people don't go to so many funerals in such a short amount of time. Good point. It's an oppressive atmosphere, even if it's not your relatives. How do you deal with that? No one's ever asked me that. The questions help keep my mind off of other things. That makes sense. So... yes. The question. Someone's phone ringing? I keep my distance professionally, or I don't think of anything during the ceremony. Professionally. Even with death so close by? What is that ringing? I believe what we bury is only a husk. The person is gone. Sorry, I think your cell phone's ringing. Yeah, it's been ringing for a hot minute. Yes, it is. I almost managed to ignore it this time. I don't need to look at it to know who's calling. Ooh, okay. A little intrigue. At least it interrupted the interrogation. Won't you get it? Well, looks like we don't really have much of a choice. Don't answer the phone. No. I have another job scheduled, and it's far from here. I need to go now, so I won't be late. Of course, please. Once again, thank you. What a start. I have so many questions. And I have a feeling just every screen in this game is just going to be beautiful art, and I love it. I love these visual novels. I love playing them with you guys. The bus should be here already. This is going to be a long trip. Long enough to catch up on some sleep. I hope. That client's questions gave me a headache. Don't think about it. Well, again, we don't really have a choice here. Where's the ticket? I should check my seat number. Okay. What's this? Is it the ticket? There's an I on the bus and 3 zeros. I can't pronounce that at all. The Eigengrau line. I didn't buy this ticket. We said the thing. Seat 000. Weird. Maybe an error in the system? Well, we didn't buy the ticket, so right away you should be worried. Hello? Ah, the bus is here. That was the bus? Whoa! Dude, the vibes in this game are crazy. I feel like we're experiencing like art at an art gallery, but that's moving and that we're a part of it. This is like such a beautiful experience, and of course I love sharing it with all of you. Huh? This is the bus? What? How strange. Looking at it makes my teeth chatter. What is this? I need to get to that funeral in the morning. I guess we board the bus. It feels like you and I are in a dream. This is our bus driver? Why is your eye so big? And who's looking at us through the windows here? This game just oozes style. I mean, really? Good evening, miss. Where are we headed to on this dark night? I did not buy a ticket for this bus. You're late? Or I'm headed where the bus is headed. Where else? Okay. So 2 of these answers, I don't know if I'm okay with. I'm going to go for I did not buy a ticket for this bus. Oh. Yes, that happens a lot here. Don't worry, the bus and I will take us where we need to go. Please take your seat. Now, would you get on this bus? Would you? We'll be leaving shortly. I'm so excited. Is this a bear on the right? I didn't say anything. That was supposed to be an inner thought. But I think that's a bear. All the seats are numbered 000. Oh, so we can pick any seat. I can see 3 empty seats. Okay. So do we just pick one, sit at the back, sit in the middle, sit at the front? I'm going to sit in the back. Keep to myself here. There. In my seat once again. Okay. This bus is not like the others. Yeah, you don't say. Feels like I can't tune out here. That swapped ticket. Well, I'm here now. That's that. The funeral starts early tomorrow. At least I have the whole night to sleep. If I can sleep. What a tight seat. It didn't look this uncomfortable from the corridor. Screw it. I've traveled in worse things. At least there's no puke on the floor this time. Sleep's coming. Any minute now. I feel like I'm being watched. Hey! You can't sleep here. What? Why? You can't be serious. I have no time for jokes. We're not a hotel. You paid to travel, not to sleep. Why does it matter to you? Why? Why does it matter? Whoever tries to disrespect the rules must answer to me. I honor my job. You take your job way too seriously if it causes you to treat other people like this. So, no sleeping. All right, sheesh. Sleeping is the reason I came here, dude, or that's a ridiculous rule. That's a ridiculous rule. You cannot challenge the company's rules. There's something off here. Do you happen to be carrying something that should not be here? What, like a 3DS? I got Street Pass on. I don't know what you're talking about, or you're mistaken. I'm not carrying anything special. Say, I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know? Don't know. But I see it. Something is off here. I'm not hiding anything. Where is your ticket? Or perhaps there is something else in your pockets. I must take a closer look. Oh! Okay, all right, you can search me. What in God's name? Stop hiding. I can't find the ticket, or I'm not hiding anything. I'm not hiding anything! I need to get out of here. Oh. What happened? We ran to the bathroom? What the hell was that? I don't even remember how I got here. Did I panic? This bus, why am I here? Yeah, this looks like a public bathroom on like an airplane or a bus. Whoa! Look at this face. I don't even recognize it anymore. What did it look like before? I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be seeing this. I just want to reach my next job and not think about any of this anymore. I wonder who was on the phone trying to call her. It's empty? Everyone got off. We're at the bus station. How? When did we get here? That was fast. Good morning, miss. I believe I managed to compensate for our tardiness after all. This trip was supposed to last all night. How did you do this? There was a strange person pestering me, or I feel sick. I'm going to say this trip was supposed to last all night. Look! The sun's rising! That's not my work. This trip couldn't possibly have lasted all night. How long did I spend in that bathroom? But I'm not even tired or sleepy. Couldn't possibly have lasted all night. And there's something very wrong with nature today, miss. And that phone's a-ringing. Aren't you going to answer that, miss? The bus driver's very polite. I like the bus driver. Your colleague, however, leaves much to be desired. No, I'm in a hurry. Excuse me, miss, just one more thing. The ticket, please. The... what? The ticket. Oh, it's still with me. Here. This is usually handed to the conductor, but I can take it too in certain cases. Look, you seem nice. Let me give you some advice. When it's time to hand over the ticket here, on this bus, always hand over the ticket. What else would I hand over? Hand over the ticket just as expected, right? I don't get it. Say, what else would I hand over? You wouldn't believe the sorts of things people leave behind here. Oh yeah? Like what? As I said, you wouldn't believe it. You know what? I'm going to take his word for it. Just remember to hand over the ticket and everything will be just fine. Huh. Oh, okay. Look, I gotta go. Thanks for driving. See ya. And we're all done at this creepy bus. And we're at our next job. Lament for the departed. The bizarre trip keeps disturbing my thoughts. I try to focus on the work I was hired for. The tears flow. I weep for a person I have never seen before. Business as usual. Though I cannot say if I'm invoking the tears, or if invoking the tears is easier or harder now. Huh. And do we have someone to talk to? Okay. This week's bereaved. Well, that's it. It's done, he's buried, and I'll never see him again. Are you all right? You seem a little under the weather. I went through a strange experience on my way here, or the work moved me, it's okay. You know what? Let's be honest with this guy. Oh? On the way here? I had an altercation with the bus conductor? An altercation? Maybe I'm exaggerating. I just keep thinking about it. Pay me no mind. This day isn't about me. We're here for your father's funeral. This is my first funeral. Can you believe it? My grandparents died when I was very young, so I remember nothing. I thought I'd feel different, knowing I'd never see him again and all. Sorry. I didn't hire you to listen to me. In a way you did, or I won't charge too much extra. We'll say in a way you did. I didn't know comforting the mourners was included. We're united by loss, are we not? Seems fair. Thank you. I will deal with this on my own. I have to pay you. The performance was quite something, I have to say, better than I expected. Thanks. Here you go. Right. Something really doesn't feel right here, guys. And I know you feel it too. Something's off. Who keeps calling us? What is with that bus? And are these really just funerals we're going to? I have so many questions in my head right now. You have more questions, don't you? Oh, read my mind. My clients always do. I'm curious. You made a long trip to get here, didn't you? Is this all worth it? It's a hobby, the trip is part of it, or sometimes I don't do this for the money. It's a hobby, the trip is part of it. He's making a subtle expression I've seen many times. He doesn't understand, of course. Not that I expect him to. If you don't mind, I'd rather not delve into the subject, or I have insomnia. The nights on the bus help me sleep. We'll say, if you don't mind, I'd rather not delve into it. And it's our own personal business. Of course, it's got nothing to do with me. I'm just a little lost in all this. I've been focusing on minute details, noticing things I took for granted before. I think I'm good at hiding it, but I'm shattered in a million pieces inside. He must have seen this a lot, how mourning changes people. Look, that's your choice. A choice? How can it be a choice? My father just... I've seen a lot of clients. Some are better at dealing with it all. Others develop their own coping mechanisms. And others, they don't deal with it at all. The mourning depends on the person. The only constant is that the departed won't come back. We need to prepare ourselves for this before it happens, huh? And it's different when we have to face it. Thank you. Well, thank you one more time. When we scheduled everything, you said you'd be coming in from another funeral, right? What now, one more? No. I'm taking a break. So I was lucky to get the last one this season. In a way. All this traveling must get tiresome. Ask about the Eigengrau line, or keep your questions to yourself. I'm going to ask about it. Have you ever heard about a certain bus company? I caught one of their buses to get here. The Eigengrau line. The name rings a bell, but I can't quite remember. I went on some bus rides to settle some of the old man's real estate. I remember paying attention to the upholstery, some of the travelers' faces. The line's name, though, the route, it's a blank. At least that's what I recall. The last few days have not been kind. It's understandable. Thank you anyway. Speaking of which, it's time for me to go. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. Have a good trip back. We getting back on the bus? I ride an ordinary bus home. Oh, nothing else happens. The bus is practically empty, so no one bothers me. A normal, boring trip back home. I sleep the whole way. When I wake up, that strange bus seems like nothing more than a nightmare. A week goes by. Phone's ringing again. And our only option is to not answer it. 2 weeks go by. Okay. Life seems to return to normal. And we keep ignoring that phone call. As I settle back into my routine, certain thoughts creep back. With every vibration of the cell phone, the insomnia returns. I look for new gigs. I may not like to admit it, but the service helps pay the bills. The lack of sleep doesn't make the other aspects of my life any easier. I contact the son of a man called Ivanildo Alves. He likes to spend hours rowing a boat on a small lake near his town. He left 2 sons, 2 daughters, some grandchildren. He was 62 years old, a retired bus driver. He had a sudden heart attack. That little boat became his coffin. I bought a ticket on a regular bus, one with reclining seats. The passing of days have left that last trip more surreal than ever in my memory. A dream formed by a poor night of sleep in an uncomfortable seat. Still, this time, I made sure to check the bus company's name on the ticket. Comet Lines. Normal. No surprises. And why do I have a feeling that's not who will be picking us up? The bus must be arriving now. Crap, I forgot the deceased dossier at home. I wanted to study it during the trip. Can I remember all that information? His name was Ivanildo Alves, Ivan Bronco. Okay, it's definitely the first one. What was his profession? He was a bus driver. And he enjoyed rowing. I think I managed to remember the most important points. I better write it all down before I forget. I have pen and paper in my purse. What's this? A ticket to the Eigengrau line. How? I bought a ticket for another bus line. I remember it well. It was called... It was called... It was none of these. It was the Comet. It's none of these. No, that's not right. Guys, there was no correct option there. It was the Comet line. Something's not right here. We're getting on the Grimace bus. This is impossible. I don't want to get in this thing. But I have no choice. Hey, you traveled with us some time ago. Oh, sorry. Bus driver voice. Hey, you traveled with us some time ago, didn't you, miss? I hope my services will be more to your liking this time around. How are you doing this? Where did the damn bus come from? Who are you guys? How are you doing this? With a lot of hard work, I assure you. We prioritize quality in what we do. You're pursuing me? No, I mean, how do you show up like this? I bought a ticket for a different bus line. I'm serious. We'll do this. No, I mean, how did you show up like this? We are not to blame for errors in the ticketing system. It wasn't an error. I had the ticket in my hands. Miss, I just drive the bus. That's enough. I'm leaving. Will the lady allow me one last comment? Perhaps you're asking the wrong questions. Maybe it isn't our work you should be questioning. What? I see many people entering and leaving this bus every day, but not all reach their destination. You are a few steps away from your seat. Your ticket is in your hands. What a waste to throw it away. Don't you think? Indeed, even if I changed buses, I'd miss the funeral. But that's not the point, though, is it? You're right, I'm going in. No, I don't want to go in there again, so you're right. Great! We'll begin our trip shortly. Please get settled. And there's less people this time, but the silhouettes do look familiar. Hello, Mr. Bear. I can see some empty seats. Sit at the back, middle, front. We'll do the middle this time. Change it up. Right, we should be off shortly. Okay, what a hard seat. But to be honest, I've traveled on worse. I could get used to this. Okay, closing our eyes. Huh? Oh yeah, this guy's not gonna let me sleep. Wait, what? Who's this? Someone sat beside me? I'll ignore whoever it is. I'm not in the mood for talking. Hello? 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 It's no use, is it? Let's see. We'll say... good evening. Ah, so you deigned to talk with me. Let me settle in. Okay, alright. There. Good evening. I hate traveling alone, you know. That's why I'd like to talk during this long trip. And you look like someone who likes to talk. Hi. I love to listen. We are the perfect pair, yes? Right. Huh. I like to talk with friends, not with strangers. Okay. Yeah, but the former can become the latter. No? Even in unusual places like this. I'm not used to traveling alone. The thing is, my old companions, they no longer travel with me. You, however, this traveling alone thing isn't new to you, huh? Of course, it was a new thing once. I can see it in your face. This guy is something else. Keep a serious face. It's not. I've been traveling alone for years. Okay. Dude. Why are you getting so close to me? Of course. But never as alone as you are now, right? You don't seem comfortable here. Like a virgin laying in bed for the first time. All right, dude. What are you talking about? Ah, that's it. You don't really have a place to go, huh? How? What do you mean? I feel no urgency in you. I mean, sure, you want to go somewhere. Only you don't need to. It feels different. I feel there's an interesting story there. Hey. Okay, stop scooting into me. Hey. Hey. Why don't you look at me? We could talk better. Okay. Is there something about my face that bothers you? Or something in my words? Hey. Hey. Oh. Hey. Screaming or hitting this guy won't do any good. Man, he's getting close. He won't stop until he listens to a story. He needs to hear a story. Well then. The story. Sure. Why do I travel by bus so much? Yeah. That's right. Joy of my travels and vanquisher of my boredom. He. Thank you. Give me some breathing room here. Well, I'm all ears. Right. That first trip happened quite a while ago. It happened after Mom's funeral. Actually, it started when we got home. It was a day for mourning, but Dad was furious. Why is Dad... the text around Dad really weird? Furious? Okay. Why? At what? At me, because I cried at the funeral. Crying at a funeral? That's to be expected, no? Is it not? Is it not? Okay. Yes. Only... I don't usually talk about this. Oh. That's even better. Well, when I cry, it's not real. It's never real. Oh. Elaborate. Wow. Say I wanted to cry for real. So, crying for her is only ever a performance, but she wanted to cry for real, so she had herself cry, but it wasn't real. Interesting. I wanted to cry for real. Even being unable to do it. Yes. You understand that, don't you? Sure. Hey. Hey. Continue the story. I never got along with my mother. We even had an argument at her deathbed. So Dad... okay, there's really something going on with Dad there. Saw my tears as pure insincerity. Mockery. He was beside himself. Wait. Your story lacks a character. Add one. What? What do you mean? This is a real thing that happened in our character's life. But there was no one else. Hey. This happened. I'm not making it up. Hey. Add. A. All right. Character. My older brother was there, my younger brother was there, my twin brother was there. We'll say younger. I knew there was someone else present. I'm a very attentive listener. No detail escapes me. Now, continue. I tried to defend myself, but soon I was pointing fingers as well, accusing Dad of things I can't even recall anymore. He was convinced our argument had landed the final blow to my mom, even though she was in a terminal state already. To him, I'd killed her. I see. What about your brother? What did he do? My brother? He was there. He didn't just watch, did he? No. That would be way too boring. My brother... Remember that day. How did it go? He defended me from Dad. He sided with Dad. That's right. He didn't do a thing. Well, I don't know. We'll say the fact that it seems like our character doesn't have any discussion with her family or like any connection to her family anymore. I'll say he sided with Dad. I was concerned, nowhere to go, no support. The two people I'd shared that house with for years pointing fingers at me. The tension escalates. Hey, did you get back at them? That was all too much. I threw the door open and walked aimlessly through the night. I think I would have been crying if I had the capacity. I didn't, of course. My mind was confused like never before, but my vision was clear. No tears to get in the way. Ah, our intrepid protagonist flees the scene. Oh, you're getting real close. You'd have done the same. Yes, I ran. I couldn't face all that. I didn't flee. I did what I could. Yes, I ran. She admits her cowardice before life's challenges. Okay, wait a minute. I didn't say all that. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's great. It's what I expected. Yeah. Anyway, go on. You went out in the middle of the night, aimless. Oh, is your face melting? Must have arrived somewhere. Yes, the bus station. I must have. What if I just roamed around at night? What if I say I went back home, that everyone made it up and it was all fine? Say the bus station. Ah, yes, go on. I don't know when I got there to the bus station. I was lost in thought. I bought a ticket someplace I can't remember, but far away, so the trip would be long. I did all that without even thinking. I sat alone and observed the hills rolling by for hours. I hadn't slept in weeks. My mom's situation, I just couldn't. On that bus, though, I slept like a baby. When the insomnia comes knocking, well, this trick still works. Besides, every town has someone passing away. There's always a funeral that requires a bit more drama, believe it if you will. Right. You spoke, I heard, and I judged. Okay. It lacks conflict. What? You carry grievances from this story. You must blame someone. It's the rule, the weight you carry from all of this. Yes, that's it. Tell me who you blame. My dad for accusing me, my brother, myself. I don't blame anyone. Huh. My dad for accusing me. As expected, I'm not surprised, but that's fine. All stories need an end. It's what happened. Sure. Sure. Well, I got what I wanted. Right. But I have nothing more to ask. This little story of yours will keep me satisfied for a few more miles. Now leave me alone. What about your story? Isn't it fair that I get to hear it? Thank you for making me relive that awful day. What about your story? My story? Oh my God. I don't know how long I've been here, riding this wreck of a bus for miles on end. My stories got lost on the road. Why do you think I beg for other stories? Maybe you should pay more attention to what you do with yours. He key. And there he goes. Wow. That interaction was wild. Finally, he's gone. This conversation made me dizzy. I need to wash my face. To the bathroom we go. And here we are. I hadn't thought about that day in so long. Or at least I tried not to. Maybe that was my mistake. What is happening? This face. It's changing again. Is it becoming like that guy's? Or is it just my imagination? It's getting warped. Empty once more. No trace of the passengers. Good morning, miss. I'll hazard a guess that you didn't regret joining us for another trip. Didn't regret might be a stretch, almost. I might have something to gain here. Didn't regret. Oh, really? The people who reach the bus station usually enjoy the trip. Hold on, do you mean to say that some people don't reach the bus station? I don't like to gossip, miss. In fact, I need to start preparing for the next trip, or I'll be late. I don't want you to be late either, miss. I am sure we'll provide even better service on your next trip. You're pretty confident that I'll keep traveling with you guys. I am. You still haven't reached your destination yet, miss. Until next time. And here we are at our next job. The body in the casket, for the first time, it irks me. But I'm unable to feel something for it. I do not know it. I'm only here as a professional. I need to focus. I need to finish the job. The bus and the mirror and last night's encounter all return to my mind. No, I'm here on duty. Fulfilling a contract, nothing more. We got this. Mourn the loss. I'm a professional. I regain my composure. Nobody notices. And there's that phone. I can't focus with that. The work helps me to hide once more. And here we go, talking to the client. So, that's how it ends. That's how it ends. Once they're buried, it's over. I meant your job. Oh, yeah, that's it. Are you okay? You seem a little out of it. It's so bad that he noticed it? Crap. Should we open up? Yeah. I should be the one supporting my clients, even if that's not strictly what they hired me for. But he's making the offer. I don't know. Let's do it. I haven't talked to anyone in a long time. And those people in the bus don't count. Has bottling it all up been helpful? Just talk to him. Right. I've been dealing with some stuff lately. Given a good hard look in the mirror. I think this job is finally getting to me. Is that bad? No. It'd be weird if it didn't get to you. Let's change the subject. I should pay you, yes. Here. Thanks. Yeah, so this wasn't the best guy to open up to, I guess. Oh, before I forget. Here, I wrote down an address for you. I know this address. Another client of yours lives there. He's a friend of mine. I didn't expect this. He needs your services again. Something happened. Out of the blue. Now? I'd have to drop everything and hurry there. He really wanted to have you there. I didn't sleep at all last night. It seems like this never ends. Oh God, he's opening up. Can I get to this new job on time? The rite didn't give you any closure? It wasn't an easy passage for us. Too sudden. I thought that the funeral would help. Then I thought closing the casket would put an end to it. Then the burial. Then paying you. Nothing. Did you really think you'd cut your connection to your father just like that? You're the one who'll put an end to it? Cut the connection. We're good at fooling ourselves, are we not? I'd hope something would click inside my brain. That's what's been carrying me these last few days. Now, I'll try to find something else to support me. I need to think about it. Thanks for listening. Actually, it was nothing. Have a good trip. Very strange to get that from a client we've already had. A note? Head to the bus station. This is getting stranger and stranger. An unplanned trip. Well, here we are. I don't want to go, to be honest, but the client is waiting. I can't leave him there, sitting with a dead person. Can I? I didn't even buy the ticket this time. After all, it should be arriving. Okay. Whether I want it to or not. That bus. And this time we don't even think about it. Ah, miss, it's good to see you again. I didn't buy a ticket this time? That's not a problem. I'm sure it is among your possessions. I don't even have to look inside the purse to feel the paper strip there, present. How do you do this? We don't. No. I want an answer. And there's that phone. Always on that phone. Do not answer. Would you please take your seat? I can't start the bus until you're all seated. And now it's just the bear? Huh. Hello, Mr. Bear. All right, back to the empty seats again. Let's go ahead and sit at the front. What a tight seat. The bus didn't look great from the outside, but it's even worse inside. But I'm a creature of routine. It's already hard to keep my eyes open. So we drift off to sleep, and I'm assuming we'll meet somebody new. What was that? Some kind of whisper? Who is it? What? Huh? It seems like it's coming from the seat behind me. Sorry. Let me know if I make too much noise, okay? I don't want to bother you. You're not bothering me. Great. Yes, good. Sorry. Your voice, it sounds so much like my daughter's. I haven't seen my daughter in years. I'm sorry, but I can't be your daughter. My mother passed away. It's just a coincidence. I'll say my mother passed away. Oh. I'm sorry. Still, your voice is... It's too much like my daughter's. And so is your hair. Are you sure my voice doesn't remind you of anything? Her voice. It can't be. Okay, hold on a second. Is this a bus that transports the dead by any chance? If so, how are we riding it? Assuming we're not dead. I don't know. I'm just theorizing here. It reminds me of... It reminds you of your mother's voice, doesn't it? From the last time I spoke to her? No, it can't be impossible. From the last time I spoke to her? Yes. That's right. Her voice had changed. It was more broken. Do you remember? Yeah, because the illness they're implying. It would be too good if we it would be good if we could talk. Don't you think? To remember a bit of the life we had before I left. My impulse is to run, to jump through the window even as the bus speeds down the highway. But something keeps me stuck to this seat. A part of me resists the impulse to run. Daughter, I know our last conversation didn't go very well. Oh my God, is it really her mom? Didn't go very well. Is that how you classify expulsing your daughter from your own deathbed? Screaming? I just reacted to what you said that day. You wanted to deny me the right to die. You ran away from me. Did I? Does it matter now? I'm back, daughter. I know you recognize my voice. I returned to give you another chance. How could it be you? How is this possible? I won't give any chances to an impossibility. Come again, you are giving me another chance. How could it be you? How is this possible? I don't know it myself. I searched for you for so long. This bus's lights, they shine brightly in the darkness. I felt I'd find one of you here. I spent a lot of time thinking about what to say, especially considering how we said goodbye. My mom is dead. She can't board any bus. This isn't just any bus. You must have noticed. Yeah, that's pretty clear. You never were one to let opportunities pass you by. You never hid your real thoughts, not from me. Why not take the chance, daughter? Because we've already hurt each other enough for one life, or because my mother died, you can't be her? How could I not be her? Is that hard to believe? Remember when you scraped your knees? I must have been 7. I remember it very well. I'm your mother. That day was seared into my soul. What could I be if not her? You can't be her. She died. Don't you get it? Dead? I'll say, I don't know. Then believe, daughter of mine. Place me in the role of your mother. You can shape much more than you imagine. Oh my goodness. I still don't know if this is our mom. It can't be, right? So, all right, I'll try. Yes. Finally, I can give you something. It's strange to think how far we had to go to be able to do it. What now? Now we have much to talk about. This dark and dirty bus is no place for this. We'll have our family reunion yet. You'll know the right moment. Wow. Are you still there? She's gone. Wow. Nothing. Not even a whisper. I can't stop trembling. I'm nauseated. And in the bathroom we go. I'd already imagined how the last conversation between the two of us could be different. I did that many times, but I could never picture a conclusion to any of those imaginary talks. Until today. Ah. I suppose it will settle. I wonder what it'll look like then. Maybe I don't want to know. What is going on? I'm sure she'd disapprove anyway. Here we are. At the stop, finally. Ah, good morning, miss. Did you change the bus seats? They seem smaller. Ah, look at that. It's starting to fit, isn't it? Maybe it's not polite to comment. I'll say maybe. Right, let's not raise our expectations. In any case, it seems our services will soon no longer be needed. I still need to get to the funerals. Unless... Hey, answer me. No, it's nothing. We'll speak when the time is right. See you soon. Of course, being as cryptic as possible. That's just the way of this game. Hey, you're late. I passed along clear instructions regarding the time. My client needed me. I'm your client now. I need your service. Come on, hurry. Good Lord. Wait, we buried your father not that long ago. You had another death in the family? I think this is the first guy. Yeah, my stepfather. He was like a second father to me. We don't control anything at all, do we? We'll say very little. It's impossible to avoid losses such as this, I know. But 2 in a row, like this? It's like a recurring nightmare. Even you, here, are a part of it. I didn't see his side of the family much. Most people here are strangers to me, and I'm a stranger to them. This is an environment in which I don't control anything. But now I have an anchor amidst the maelstrom. Is that really what I am to people? I never wanted this? Yeah, is that really what I am to people? When did I take on such a heavy burden for myself? Was it when I began to run away from certain things, or even before that? It's so much. For one person. Weep for the newly departed. The tears well up in my eyes, blurring my vision. I squint, forcing them out. The sun's eyes are heavy on my back, making it harder. This wasn't the plan. To be an emotional support for strangers? To be an anchor? No. 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 I love the direction this game is going in. Is that it? We've buried another one? Thank you for coming on such short notice. It was important to me, and to him too. And I won't forget to pay you this time. I added some extra to compensate for the short notice, I insist. I don't want your money, I do not want to be an anchor. Don't want to be an anchor. What? I'm no anchor. I'm not attached to anything. This isn't working. Enough! The job's done, this one's on the house. Is this really what we're doing? Or is there something more to this? Is this symbolizing something? Something to think about going into this part of the game, I think. I leave before anyone says anything else to me. I feel eyes on me like webs trying to keep me in place. No. I recognize the texture of the asphalt beneath my feet. I know the smell of oil and deep frying and rubber and people. I know the sounds of engines and pistons and ripped tickets. And I know the distortion this vehicle causes to my vision. The bus. Board the bus. Of course, we're compelled to, after all. Miss? Huh? You've been standing there for quite a while. Have I? You don't have a ticket? No ticket? No problem, I reserved one for you. Go on, inside. We've been standing here for quite a while? Who's this? Still only one... Well, wait, I think I recognized her from the first time, but I think she might have been in a seat. There's only one place left for me to sit. Sit at the back. Okay. This is the same seat I took the other time, isn't it? But that doesn't have to mean anything. That guy must patrol the other areas of the bus. Right? Hey! Here we go again. I remember you. There's still something strange here. Oh! I won't be so lenient this time. I know you've brought something strange here. The ticket, come on. Keep calm, breathe. He won't let this go. He just wants the ticket. Find the ticket. Come on, I have other passengers to check on. Look inside the coat. In my coat pocket. Remove the object slowly. crap. It's a tape recorder. What are you recording? I tape my work sessions so I can study them. I ask for client testimonials. I tape conversations from the ones who are mourning. We'll do that. It may seem like voyeurism, but it's useful to see the types of stories told about the dead, what stays in people's minds, what they choose to share on the last day they're in the deceased's company, and what they choose to keep for themselves. When was the last time I put batteries in this thing? Inoffensive. Put it away. Right. You gotta work on your bedside manner. Customer service. Poke the eye? Check the pants pocket. Be careful with that, passenger. And what is this? The ticket? No, just my wallet with my weird face on it. Full of 2x3 photos of people I haven't seen in years. I think I've forgotten all of their names. Not important. Put it away. Okay. Poke the eye. Uh-oh. Ah! You refuse this much? So be it. It's your loss. Even now, I can see that clearly. What does that mean? I got pepper on my hand. Better wash it. Pepper? What? What do you mean pepper? That conductor, at least I've dealt with him. I still remember how to deal with adverse situations. Yeah, poke him in the eye. And there's my face still. Like this one. This cannot stay like this. Still the same. I cannot wait for things to fix themselves. I must act. I must do this with my own hands. Pull face. Right. Here it goes. Oh, it's kind of gross, though. The sensation. It's like scraping the inside of my own skull. Did it work? Should I do it again? Pull again. Ugh! It's like dreaming. Dreaming that my teeth are falling out. It's the same feeling of something loose, something wrong, of unmaking. It's probably gonna ask me to do it again. Oh, great. Yep. Pull one more time. And what now? Look in the mirror. How long has it been since I last saw this face? I couldn't even remember it anymore. I'm not even sure this is what it looked like before. Whatever. This is it. I've postponed things for long enough. Miss? Is that really you? For the first time, I think. In that case, it's nice to meet you. Unfortunately, this meeting is also a goodbye. I don't think we'll see each other again so soon. How do you know that? I feel the same. I don't know anymore if that's good. How do you know that? I've left a lot of people at their destinations. I've also left a lot of people where they didn't want to be, and took a lot of people from where they didn't want to leave. After all this time, I can tell when they're not coming back. But I'm not the one who chooses these things. I just do my job. Wait, before you go. There's a matter we should settle, miss. From what I understand, you were involved in a situation with our conductor, is that right? Oh, your conductor's a jerk. That freakish conductor scared the hell out of me. Maybe that pepper spray will teach him to treat the passengers better. Your conductor's a jerk. I apologize on behalf of the company. Our conductor sometimes applies unorthodox methods. However, I would like to guarantee that he would never lay a finger on you, miss. Still, I have a matter to settle with you. Due to this whole mess, the ticket wasn't delivered. And my colleague is, well, incapacitated. Thus, I need to collect your ticket myself. You want me to give you the ticket? I'm asking that you deliver over to me what you didn't give to the conductor. You must understand that the two of you have put me in a very complicated situation. My job isn't collecting the tickets. That's what the conductor does. But I'll take one for the team. Why is this so important to you? Here it is. Eigengrau 000. I've got the ticket right here, but... What's this? There's something else here. What is that? Where did this thing come from? It pulses in time with my heart. I'm sorry to say, but this time I'm the one in a hurry, miss. The soul? What? The soul? Hold on. What should I choose? For now, let's just give him the ticket. Just get on with it. Here it is. Thank you very much. When we see each other again, we'll know where we're at. The bus will keep going where it needs to go. I don't choose its destinations. You choose, and you don't always realize it. Ah, the old call. Who keeps calling? We still don't know. Answer the phone. Who? Hello? Yes, it's me. Ah. I expected as much. I reached the bus station. Yes, I know where it is. No, I'm going on foot. I need to stretch my legs. There's something heavy in my pocket. Ah. The tape recorder. An old friend begging for attention. The funeral recordings, whispered words, candid recordings. These don't mean anything to me anymore. So this is it, huh? Here I am. It's been a long time, Dad. Wow. Okay. 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 Finally. I've been trying forever to contact you. Gustavo? Who else would I be? Did I change that much? I don't want to talk to you somewhat the hair, the eyes. Hair, the eyes. You changed a lot, or you changed too, a lot. You know, this was supposed to be your responsibility. Setting things straight. I wasn't supposed to be here, or at least I wasn't supposed to be here on my own for so long. You're not a baby anymore, Gustavo? You really expected that? I never was an exemplary older sister. Oh yeah, the younger brother, like we said. Oh, hold on. I think we got a surprise guest. Come here, baby. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say hi. She's gonna sit in my lap now. We'll say you really expected that? I never was an exemplary older sister. Guess not. Maybe I wasn't a very good brother either. I'm tired, Candelaria. You know, ever since I got here, I couldn't stop thinking about that day. That day didn't feel like it would have such an impact at the time, did it? But it destroyed us. I kept thinking about what I did, about the choice I made. Something broke inside of him that day too. He tried to hide it, but it became clear with each passing day. You know, after you left, I stayed there, watching him wither. I'm very sorry. I didn't come here so you could point your finger at me. He's to blame for it too. No, it's not the time for any of that. Just say I'm very sorry. So am I. His condition started to get to me. After some time, I stopped recognizing my own face. When I look in the mirror, it's all a blur. To tell the truth, I have no idea what I looked like when I left the house. Seeing how you didn't recognize me when you arrived, I must have done a pretty lousy job getting ready. But I'll deal with that later. You still blame him for everything, even now? Well, we need to address the present situation. God, it's hard to say this. There's nothing more that can be done. I can't keep him here, and I know you can't either. We're turning the machines off, Candelaria. I think it's for the best. I know I'd prefer it, but I feel lost. I couldn't do this by myself. I'm a mess. Candelaria, sorry, I spaced out. This has been taking its toll on my sanity, you know? To have to turn off the machines to send him away, a duty that should belong to nature, falls on your shoulders, on our shoulders. Would you believe? It's embarrassing. Just say it. I saw Mom here in the hospital. I spoke with her, with Mom. I'd never been so scared. I thought I was losing my mind. She said she spoke to you. She said you opened the way for her to return. So I confess, I'm looking forward to ending this. Yes, so am I. Approach the bed. Maybe we don't need to say goodbye now. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, what do I do? I'll say maybe we don't need to say goodbye now. What do you mean? I also talked to Mom. What? But how? That's impossible. I don't know. I don't care. I've got an idea. I've been thinking about this for some time, Gustavo. Turn the machines off. The three of us have a bus to catch. What is that? The three of us have a bus to catch. What is that implying? Because in my head, this bus was like a bus that takes the dead to different places. And if you have, it seems like if you have like traumas and hangups in your life, it can affect that. Like, you know, the situation with our character and the event in life that was so tragic and traumatic for her that it, you know, gave her this lasting trauma. And that affected things. And for some reason, she was alive, but she was able to be on the bus again. We're still a little unclear. Wow. I know there's probably a lot more endings, so this is just the tip of the iceberg here. But wow. There's a lot more that I want to see with this game. So this time we're going to hand over the soul and see what happens here. Here. Are you sure? Yes. So be it. When we see each other again, we'll know where we're at. The bus will keep going where it needs to go. I don't choose its destinations, you choose. And you don't always realize it. There's that phone call once again. And now we're here with our dad once again. So this is it, huh? Here I am. It's been a long time, Dad. This time, though, I'm going to do something a bit different with Gustavo here. We're straight up at the beginning. Gonna tell him that we don't want to talk to him. It's that simple. I don't want to talk to you. But we do need to talk. No, we do not. Go home. It's like we haven't forgiven him. Dad was right. And now it's just us and Dad, it seems. Dad, it's been a while. This isn't how I pictured our goodbye. At least you can't chase me off this time. Not even if you wanted to. I saw Mom. Actually, I spoke to her. I Agreed to speak with her once more, to try to change a bit how things went. Can you believe it? I did it. We did it. Thought you'd like to know. I've seen many of my clients in the situation we're in now, or something very close to it. And now my time has come, huh? Oh my. Because it's a choice, because we have the ability to cry. Wow. What do we do? That thing that our father was so upset at us for so many years ago, do we repeat it with him? Oh my goodness, this is... I don't know what to do here. Either we might as well just cry. And then it just ends. Let's take a look at the gallery images too. We got 2 of them so far. This is the first one. In the dream of life, our mother and both of us here on the bus. That's what they're saying. The 3 of us need to catch a bus. Here it is. Wow. Beautiful art. And we got to get more of these, don't we? And I'm assuming if we don't cry here, we just get a new image? It says a new image is available. Here, yeah. I wonder if these are all gonna spell something together at the end of this. So this time, our second time around on the bus, I started a new playthrough. We're just gonna refuse to get on the bus and see if that gives us another ending. You sure? You know our tickets are hard to come by. Throw it away, and you might not get another, and perhaps you'll come to regret it later. I won't regret it, this is all too strange. Miss, let me be clear, if you get off this bus now, there's no turning back. And if I don't get in, I'll be forming a pact, won't I? It is my strong recommendation that the lady gets in and lets me drive her to her destiny. Is that clear? Nope, I've made up my mind, I've had enough of this. A shame, miss. All I can do is wish you luck. I didn't get on the bus, I also missed the funeral. But that's fine, there were others. That strange Eigengrau line bus visits me sometimes in dreams. I can never remember what it looks like on the inside. I've also forgotten why I became a professional mourner. The traveling, the whole thing, none of it makes sense anymore. Yesterday I performed for the last time. The phone doesn't ring anymore. Wow, yeah, okay, so that did give us... That was an actual ending. Let's see that image gallery, or image in the gallery. Therefore, you must forget yourself in the dream of life. Okay, so this is gonna say something. Oh, we gotta get all of these guys. We have to collect them all. I looked under the seat with the conductor? There's a stowaway? Oh no, you noticed me. Shh, don't show any surprise. Can you get rid of that Cyclops for me? You see, I haven't got a ticket. There's a stowaway here? What on earth? And what do I gain from that? Seriously? He hasn't seen me yet and he won't kick you out. I just need a little help so he won't find me. What's going on down there? He's getting suspicious. Do I really need to give you something for a little help? Everything has a price. You know what? Hey, conductor. I'm here. Ah, finally, I'm kicking you out. I'd rather face this guy than depend on people like you. Goodbye. Wow. Yeah, I did pick the harsh answers there for sure. I made an offer, she chose not to take it. She chose. At least the conductor's distracted with someone else now. I'll take the opportunity to hide out in the bathroom and wash my face. Right. And I think this is going to give us the other scene where we have the choice to, like, peel our face off here. This time we're not going to. Enough. No. You want to stay like this? Fine. I'll face whatever comes, just like this. Empty. Of course, I'm always left behind here. Go to the exit. We've reached the destination, haven't we? I don't know. You're the one who needs to know. To hell with it. You hear me? To hell with it. Wow. Definitely a different reaction. This is the 4th day of this playthrough here. What trick is this? Trick? I left the bus just now. But you left for what destination? That's none of your concern. The bus can't take you anywhere if it doesn't know the destination. I suggest you wash your face and think hard on it, miss. We have to go back? I'll try. It's all we can do. Crap. Back to the bathroom we go, then. I never noticed it before, the smell of mothballs in this bathroom. Got a new achievement and a new image in the gallery. Perfect. I didn't want to look at this again. Are they giving us another opportunity to peel the face off, I guess? Is that what's happening here? Oh, so I don't think we can leave without pulling our face off, basically, or pulling our face into the proper position. So if we pull here, it's a little grisly, a little gruesome. And then we ditch out after we try. Enough. I am using a little bit of a guide here because there's a lot of complicated threads in this game and I want to get everything to show you guys. So yes, I am relying on a guide. It's one of the Steam guides for this, but it's in another language, so I'm having it translated. Is it so bad? Is it so bad to change? Is it so bad to abandon certain things? Is it? And now we're talking to the conductor again. I want to leave this place. Not the conductor, the bus driver, excuse me. Ah, miss. Seems like you didn't fix anything at all. I tried. You did, really? Or did you just pretend to so you could say that you can't do it? What's your problem? I have no problem. Can't say the same of you. Oh, man, he clocked us with that one. Whew. Leave the bus. This is a totally different path here. I didn't even know this was possible. That's why guides for this are so important. Shout out to people who make guides for games. What the hell? In that state, if we call it a state, the bus doesn't seem to want to let you go, miss. You can't be serious. I'm always serious. In that state, I don't want to pass through this corridor again. There's a strange pressure in this cabin, as if my ears were blocked. Back and forth to the bathroom. Back and forth to the bathroom. As if I were locked inside my own head. Here we go again. I'm doing this the wrong way. I'm being a coward. I need to resolve this once and for all, or find another way to escape. Watch the mirror. Ah. Was this black hole always so beautiful? I kind of see this as her refusing to deal with her trauma and her hardships. Refusing to face it and to continue to ignore it like so many of us do in our own lives, which I am very guilty of. So deep, so vast. Maybe this is the answer. Maybe I don't ever need to leave this place after all. You're going to become like those passengers. And another new image is available in the gallery. Okay, so we got 2 new images with that one little playthrough. I want to check them out here. This one is cool. Love that. And then right here. God, this perfect art. Looks so incredible. I can't wait to see what this is going to spell out at the very end. So this time when the conductor was questioning me, we actually found the ticket. So what's going to happen here? Again, I am using a guide. Wait, there's something else here. Our soul? What is this? Oh, baby. We have the option to give our soul to the conductor instead of the ticket. It pulses to the rhythm of my heart. Goodness! This is a tough call. So I saved. We're gonna try giving him the soul. You're the only one who hasn't handed over the ticket. Hand over the soul. You're paying for the trip with this? Is that against the rules? I just haven't seen one of these in forever. Without one of these, leaving the vehicle is not recommended. The driver must have alerted you. If you do this, you can't take it back. Hand over the soul. It's your decision. Regret? No, I don't think so. Sorry, I'm looking at the guide too. My stomach is queasy. Oh, we run to the bathroom? Got a strange feeling in my chest, as if I've lost a connection with something. But I've got enough to think about already. What's done is done. This face just won't settle in place. It doesn't even look back at me from the mirror. Still the same. I cannot wait for things to fix themselves. I must act. Here we go with the face pulling. Must do this with my own hands. No, I can't. Enough. So do we head back? You want to stay like this? Fine. I'll face whatever comes just like this. All right. And the conductor left? So did we not give him the soul? We're gonna tell the bus driver, go to hell. A destination not included in our itinerary. Then add it. Get off the bus. Okay, so I did do this right. Bus stop number 545. I'm not really sure how many bus stops there are. There's a crack on the bench that looks like a 545, so that's what I call it. I watch many buses go by. The Eigengrau line is larger than I imagined, much larger. Not one of them stops for me. I don't mind so much. In this place of bus stops to which I do not belong. At least the phone doesn't ring anymore. The phone from her brother calling. Of course, I want to see that new gallery image. You know I do. And I know you guys do too. Oh, wow. All right, let's keep going. So what happens if we actually hand over the ticket to the conductor? Is he happy? Here. Finally! Have a good trip! Is that it? I need to wash my face. That conductor won't torment me anymore. Though when I think about it, I might be his torment. Coming here with this inscrutable face, having to measure my character with only one eye. An impossible task. Okay, I think that is basically it. Yeah, so just, he takes a ticket and goes about his business. Wait, it just said there's something rattling at the back of my mind. Like a baby looking for nourishment? Do I want to nourish it? What are you doing here? Oh, you said I ain't your mom. But I'm not convinced. The memories won't leave me. The day you fell on the street. I remember it to this day. The cut that opened on your knee. How the kids were surprised when you didn't cry. How that one boy's eyes shone when he decided he'd make you cry. How their eyes were filled with horror when they realized they couldn't do it. I saw it. I saw it in all of my memories as if it had happened yesterday. Are we going to find a way to reconnect here? A mother always knows, right? That's right. It took time, but you see what I am. We'll have plenty of time to rebuild bridges. This time we'll do it right. Back to work now. Wow. Okay, so, and we are now trying to move toward a new ending here. So now we're with Gustavo at the end here with Dad. trying to get a new ending, having our mother reach out to us before it happened. Well, our mother, I'm gonna keep saying. It'll have to do. I'm tired, Candelaria. You know, ever since I got here, I couldn't stop thinking about that day. That day, it didn't feel like it would have such an impact at the time, did it? But it destroyed us. I kept thinking about what I did, about the choice I made. You know, I had to take a cab to get here. Christina lost control of the car last week. She hit a tree. Really? I didn't know that. I tried to call you. Is she okay? She is, not a scratch on her. The car wasn't so lucky, so I came here in a cab, right? But it's gonna sound ridiculous. You won't believe me. Try me. Okay, fine. I don't know how long I spent in that cab. It seemed like days riding around streets I'd never seen before, streets I know I'll never see again. Maybe that cab was similar to the bus we were taking. Impossible routes, eternal roundabouts. The radio spoke to me. The cab's radio. I went through something similar these last few days. You did? It wasn't a cab, but yes. I guess we really are cursed somehow. The whole time I kept reliving that day. How I couldn't do anything, how I just stared at the two of you like an idiot. This is when we said that Gustavo didn't do anything, rather than taking Dad's side during that fight. I should have said something. I'm not even sure if I should have defended you or Dad, but I should have done something, anything. The taximeter spun at the same speed as my thoughts. I apologize for my inaction, Candelaria, for letting things go the way they did. I accept your apology, Gustavo. Maybe I can get this off my mind now. Thank you. Well, we need to address the present situation. God, it's hard to say this. Yeah, this is where we have to decide. There's nothing more that can be done. I can't keep him here, and I know you can't either. We're turning the machines off, Candelaria. This is all just dialogue we've read before, deciding to turn the machines off or not. Candelaria? Sorry, I spaced out. I need to settle this today. The other day while I was here, while I was trying to call you, in fact, I could swear I heard, what, Mom's voice? Yeah. How did you know? I'd rather not talk about it. Come on, we can't postpone this any longer. Go ahead, say your goodbyes. I'm going to go wash my face or something. We can give the order together when you're ready. This is them forgiving together, finding the strength to move on. Finally, facing their trauma head on, the stuff they just refused to talk about for years. Dealing with those issues together. Dad, it's been a while. This is how I pictured our goodbye. At least you can't chase me off this time, and not even if you wanted to. Finally. It was a long way to get here. Mom, our daughter brought me. We can stay together forever. Our mother's voice. Delaria or Dad? He spoke. Wait a minute, what gallery image are we getting? Oh. Wow. We're getting close, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go. Now what happens if we fool the conductor and actually help the guy under the seat? Let's see what goes on there. What's going on down there? I think I saw some creature scuttling about down here. In the stowaway. I think she moved toward the front of the bus. Okay, so we are helping the stowaway. Good. Ah, is that so? Thank you. She won't get away this time. Double checking my guide to make sure we're on the right path. Seems you can still act outside the bus's will. Not all here are like that, you know. Seems you can still remember what it's like to be in a situation like this. Cornered. Thanks. Now that I don't have that guy on my heels, it'll be a lot easier to find my stop. Let's see. I should say, who is that guy? He's a conductor. I'm a stowaway. That's why he's looking for me. I had the bad luck of hiding underneath your seat. Seems you've also brought something you shouldn't have in here. He's more worried about me, though. I must go to find my stop. My stop. or my definitive place on this bus, what I left behind to stay here. I don't remember what's important anymore. He didn't take anything of yours, at least. I feel like I helped you a little. Now I must help myself. Wonder how long he's been here, or she's been here. She's gone, scuttling under the seats. Stops, conductors. I still have the ticket. Does this bus charge something extra from those who board it? Like your soul, I'm not waiting around for that conductor to return. So we're gonna go up to the bus driver. And I think these are canned comments. Oh no, we gotta skip this part here, blah, 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 blah. Yes, we have a creepy face. And now we talk to the bus driver. And we say it's not polite to comment. There's a matter we should settle, miss. It seems you're still holding on to a ticket, miss. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so what do I need to say here? That eccentric conductor, freakish conductor scared me. This line of work can change people. That you were frightened is understandable, miss. I sincerely apologize on behalf of the company. Still, I do have a matter to settle with you, miss. Due to this whole mess, the ticket wasn't delivered, which puts me in the position of having to fulfill two positions, driver and conductor. You want me to give you the ticket? I'm asking that you deliver over to me what you didn't give the conductor. Okay, so I think we can give him our soul here. Yes. Give over the soul. So we have fixed our face. And I think the conductor has something for us. This is it. I've postponed things for long enough. We went back and forth a couple times as well here. Miss, is that really you? We'll say, despite everything, I still had to force it in a bit to fit like it should. Have you ever dreamed you were losing your teeth? The sensation is similar. I don't have dreams, miss, but I'll try to protect them in the future since we won't be seeing each other again. I'm no longer sure if this is for the best, so I don't know anymore if that's good. Many who come by here don't know you were just another one. It'll depend on what you do at wherever you're going. And that's none of my business. In fact, where do you think you're headed? I haven't made up my mind yet. You left behind a rather unusual payment, did you not? Oh, right, we gave him our soul, yep. Ah, that. I still think I have the ticket if you want it. The ticket doesn't matter anymore. Not after paying for your trip like that. If you leave the bus like this, well, I've been thinking we have room for you here, with us. On the bus? Many sad stories pass through here. I think those stories would like someone to listen. Someone who knows how to handle the bitterness they carry. The bus would be lighter, and a lighter vehicle would make my job easier, you see. The gearbox wouldn't suffer as much, so he's giving us a job. I'm talking about a position that would be yours alone. I won't offer it again. If you leave through that door, I accept your proposition. Ah, very well. Welcome to the Eigengrau line. Now we have a job. My old line of work is useful here. I know how to listen. They long for my ears. The noises of the outside world vanish amidst their stories, and with them, so do the noises of the interior world. Sometimes I feel lonely here. I've replaced my own story with a desire for another. There is one story that will never reach my ears. My lust for it grows with each passing mile, and I fear for the rest of my days that it will be spent in search of it. And that story is her story. That's the one that's missing. Check the gallery here. Yep. It's making something. It's making a poem. It just said, so this is where you ended up. That voice. So this playthrough, we snitched on the stowaway and declined the job offer from the bus. That voice. Okay. I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to mess this up. Where are you? Show yourself. I don't need to show myself in this place. I'm here, there, under your bench, above the roof. I know how to navigate the bus stops, even if just a little. A little, but that's an abyss compared to what you know. Get comfortable. You'll be staying here for a long time. Oh, they are mad we snitched. They are mad we snitched. What do you want with me? Me? Nothing. If you think I came here because of you, you think too highly of yourself. But to see you here? What irony. I'm looking for my bus stop. But now, I think I'll stay here a while. What for? To watch. You know, soon. We won't be so different anymore. Oh, man. Oh, man. What do we got? Oh, that's so sick. Oh, we're getting close, guys. We're getting close. But if we get off at the bus stop and we helped the stowaway instead of snitched, we get a different ending here. Hey, it's you. They're happy to see us. That voice. Did you find your bus stop? This isn't my stop. Is it yours? I don't think so. Has anyone else stopped by? The buses don't stop here, so we can make this our stop. That'll help in your adaptation. Yeah, stay with me. I'm here. The presence comforts me. Huh. Two people dealing with their own issues, finding comfort in each other. I think that's kind of what that's symbolizing there. I don't need to fear any mirrors here. Unfortunately, though, this is still her not facing her past and her trauma. They wouldn't know what to reflect for me now anyway. Ooh, that's some powerful stuff. A lot of these endings have some very powerful stuff. Very powerful stuff. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Took a full breath. That's probably one of my favorite ones we've seen. So I'm going for another ending, and it seems like what we tell the strange man sitting next to us on the bus about our brother, whether it's our older brother, whether he defended us, whether he took Dad's side, apparently all of those things determine what the conversation is like at the end of the game. Because now we're saying I didn't ask you to defend me that day, which only appears if we tell the man in the bus that we were defended. No, you didn't. But how could I not? And I don't regret it, in case you want to know. But I'm tired, Candelaria, and I think this is where we have to... So it just, you know, just minor changes in that dialogue. Dad didn't talk to me after that either. But I tried, you know. I went home many times. In his eyes, we'd betrayed him in an unforgivable way. All of this could have been avoided. We don't get to decide other people's feelings, do we? That's true. He even let me in once, but he didn't speak to me. He just watched TV, so I stopped going. That tore me up from the inside until I ran into him again. He went looking for you? To talk? That's what I thought. We went out for a couple of beers. Dad, seriously? Seriously. So I stopped by his house another day, and he wouldn't let me in. He didn't remember going to the bar. How's that? It wasn't him at the bar. The dad who went out with me was another guy. He'd lost his son in a car accident, lived alone. The son looked very much like me. That kind of sounds like that mysterious voice on the bus. Who's our mom? So we established this routine of sorts. We'd have barbecues on Sundays. He would invite me over. This kept going till I got there one day. What an incredibly interesting way to cope with that. There was another family living in his house. They'd never heard of the guy. That was the same day Dad was admitted to the hospital. I haven't slept since then. All of this haunts me. Good Lord. Good Lord. It's best not to think too much about it. How? You want me to just swallow it, accept it, and never think about it again? Got any better ideas? Face it head on or ignore it in a means to protect yourself. No. You still blame him for everything, even now? Well, we need to address the present situation. Okay, so this is where we have to decide. Candelaria. Right, this is me spacing out. And he raised us by himself after all. What are you talking about? Wait, what? We weren't that young when Mom died. Mom? Hold on a minute. The game was hinting at this in a few of the playthroughs. Did the mom even really exist? Was something that... What? We barely knew her, Candelaria. What are you talking about? Are you drunk or something? But... We'd better put an end to this right now. Wow! So, it seems like, depending on your answers, the actual family circumstances change drastically. Situation's clearly messing with our heads. But I remember. Go on. Say goodbye to him. Wow. It's like we don't even know who we are anymore. Wow. Dad, about Mom. Didn't she die? That conversation back on the bus. What I said back there to that disgusting guy. If she didn't die, why did we fight? And who are you? Oh my goodness! Through these means of coping, we've completely lost ourselves. Through years and years and years of just ignoring it. Wow. Her, and then I'm assuming this... Oh no, this is probably us, and this is our mom. I don't know. Not sure what that symbolizes, but we only have 3 more to get. So this time, instead of accepting Gustavo's apology, we're going to reject it. No, but at least I did something this time. Well, we need to address the present situation. And then they have to decide to, you know, what they're going to do with Dad. We space out. This isn't how I pictured our goodbye. And we should get a different ending here. Wait. Gustavo? Why are you here? We'll be a family again, Candelaria. The 4 of us. She found me, talking about, the voice. Mom. We rejected her in this playthrough. And, guys, every time you see one of these ending, I'm playing through the entire game again. I've been at this for like 6 hours. 6 hours! But it's worth it. I'm enjoying it. Anyways, we rejected the voice, and the voice told us, I know who will accept me. And she was talking about Gustavo. She found me. After all this time. Nothing will separate us now. No. The voice got to him. Not even you, my daughter. Creepy. All right, let's see what image we get, and we only got 2 more. Wow, yeah, the voice got to him. Instead of our eyes, it's Gustavo's this time, so he went through the exact same thing. Very cool. So now we're going to see what happens. I don't think we've done this at all yet. If we don't give him the ticket or the soul, you shouldn't do a job that's not yours. I disagree. Maybe you do not understand this concept because your own job is a solitary one, miss. But it is not unexpected to have to cover for a colleague once in a while, getting closer to them in a way. Huh. So now we're going to say, if your colleague didn't do his job, that's his problem. I cannot say I agree with you, miss. The moment my colleague becomes incapacitated, it is my responsibility to help him. You see, the one who put me on the spot wasn't him. It was you, miss. You didn't fulfill your side of the deal. Huh. Checking my guide here. We're not talking about me now. We're not talking about me. We're talking about your role here. Your concern touches my heart. Truly. There's no irony in my words. However, I've been working here for many years, and I know what's best for me. Probably for an eternity. I'm not sure you do. You're really insistent, aren't you? Let's do an experiment then. After all, you've been consistently appearing here. Keep the ticket. Let us see what effects it will have on the future. Yeah, we have not cross this bridge at all. Thanks. This will be good for you. When we see each other again, we'll know where we're at. Oh boy. So we've put everything in our pockets. And now we're going to see what ending that gives us. Wait a minute, what happened to the bus driver? What? Weep for me. Wait a minute. Because we didn't give the ticket or the soul to him, this is what happens? What? Is he like a shell like we were in the mirror where our face was a hole? What is going on? Let's go ahead and weep for the driver. My vision is blurry, the tears answer my summons, making it hard to see the driver. The bus was empty, but now I feel the passenger's eyes on me, piercing my body and my soul. I weep. Professionally. And that gives us another ending, and should be, oh, fulfilling my duty. Wait, is there still more? Oh, we have to go to the hospital. This is so crazy. So how does this change the... Here I am. It's been a long time, Dad. And here's, I guess this... Does this part matter at all? I'm not sure. Now she's saying there's something squirming around in my pocket. Right, the ticket. We never gave it away. I'd forgotten this. We can give it to Gustavo? Give Gustavo the ticket. What will this do? Here. What's this? Something that might help you. This paper has a strange texture. This is a ticket to where? Worry about that later. Trust me. You can go. I'd rather deal with this on my own. After all those calls... Do what you want. There's one more thing. I'll accept this as closure, that you don't blame me for any of this anymore. Finding closure and acceptance in our own way. So in this playthrough, we have accepted, once again, our job now being a listener on the Eigengrau line, and we've only got one seat on the bus now, but it fits me perfectly. Oh, it's you. Right, the man who was so interested in our story. I kept thinking about that request of yours. Finding you was a pain in the butt, but perhaps the time has come for me to stop listening and start talking for a bit. So wait, we get to hear his story now? Now he wants to open up. I'm all ears. And now we are the eternal listener. Oh, yep, that's us, the eternal listener. And there's only one more left. So this time when talking to the creepy guy on the bus, we are going to alter our story and say we just walked around aimlessly the whole night. If that's what you want, so be it. And that's it. This is, because like every other time we've corrected ourselves, and that has not been, you know, the fake story. Or, well, there's lots of different branches you can go in. You know, it's an older brother, it's a twin brother, it's a little brother. He sided with Dad. He defended me against Dad. There's a bunch of different things, but if you just completely go away from that and continue to block that out of your mind and just pretend like we were walking around that whole time, this is supposed to be the new ending. And now we're saying I think I daydreamed a bit. I can't remember what it was, so now we're just off the bus? Something went wrong. I was in a bizarre dream full of strange people. Something broke while I was in there. I can't remember what, or how, or even what I'm doing here. I feel like I should return to the dream. No, I know that I must. And I know that this search will consume the rest of my days. All right, so that was the last image here. Now we have everything. Let's see. You must live according to circumstances. Almost smiling. And this is saying no, 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 no. I'm not sure if these are a poem together. Took a full breath and loudly and silently looked back. But then while she was here, I did not. And the worst of all is that all this must needs happen just to, but what is to be done? There was no answer, which life gives to all the most complicated and unsolvable questions. This answer you must live according to, in other words, forget yourself. But as you cannot forget yourself in sleep, I don't think these are all connected, but I do want to read them to you all. Bearing the solid weight of her body. Another one that says no. Forget yourself. You cannot return to that. And this is a torn page. The eternal listener, as we know. Therefore, you must forget yourself in the dream of life. Taking her seat in front of the mirror. Wow. What a beautiful game. And I do, right now, want to talk about what all of this actually means. I think you all have been able to kind of put the pieces together. But it's not the details that matter, about whether Gustavo defended us, whether he sided with us, whether he was our little brother, older brother, all of the decisions. That's not really what's important. The ticket, the soul. What I think this game is it is giving an experience of having serious family trauma, which many of us can relate to, that is hanging on us for years and years and years, and all of the different ways to cope with that and what the result of that is. Do we face this trauma head on, process it together, either, by ourselves or with our family members, or do we push it so far away from our mind that we forget it even happened? We forget it even exists. We don't have communication with our family anymore. We almost lose ourselves in the process. And doing that, we become, rather than processing our own grief, we become a rock for other people. We become people who help others process their grief because that's easier for us. It's easier for us to hear what's going on with other people rather than processing our own trauma, our own grief, especially when it comes to family. And I think that's why there are so many different endings. I think that's why there are so many different decisions you can make. The game doesn't explicitly say what is right, what is wrong. Do we protect ourselves this way versus that way? It's kind of just like a beautiful display of what carrying that kind of family trauma can do over the span of years and years and years. And the bus, I don't think as much it's a bus carrying the dead. I think this bus is really supposed to symbolize when people decide to face that trauma. And that's why there are some people that have been riding that bus for years and years and years and years because they don't want to face it head on. It seems too hard to face head on. There's people on the bus talking. There's people on the bus listening. And that's what I think this game means. I'm sure there's a lot of things about this experience that's open to interpretation, though. So I would love to hear what all of you think about this experience. I think we can all agree, even if we do have different interpretations, though, this is art. Okay, friends, here we are. It's time to read a short horror story together. And this one is by Amanda's Art Adventures over on TikTok. It's called Becoming a Whisper. Relieved to have finally moved into my new home, I dropped the last moving box unceremoniously on the old oak dining room floor. Exhausted from packing and dreading undoing it all to put away, I collapsed on my couch, situated crooked to the wall it would later be assigned to. Having lucked out on a newly remodeled home in this market was a miracle, surely. Prime location and passed all inspections with flying colors. Admiring the unfamiliar smell of freshly painted rooms, I took the liberty of drifting off for a nap on the couch. What was that? My eyes snapped open as I lay motionless, peering through the rays of a setting sun, still shining through my new windows. I swear I heard whispering. A conversation was happening nearby, but my house was empty. It was just single old me that lived here now, and I slowly crept through the house with my phone in hand, just in case. In case of what, though? I had locked the door, I'm pretty sure, and no one was planning to have come over. After a quick walk, though, I knew I was alone and I hadn't heard anything once I got up. How odd, I must have dreamt it. With no shared walls with anyone in the nearest house a good distance and yard of grass away, there was no way it had come from outside. As the days and nights passed, I unpacked and settled in. But every day, and sometimes at night, I would hear them. The whispers of voices, sometimes while in the hall, while eating in the dining room and fading into sleep in bed at night. There was nothing malicious about the whispers that I could tell. They were so faint I couldn't make out any specific words. I'll have to see a doctor of some sort if this keeps up. I don't want to start going crazy for no reason. After a few days more, I had tuned out the rustling of the occasional whispers and discovered that my favorite rock music drowned them out well during the day. This afternoon, I decided to tackle mounting my big TV to the wall. Busting out the power tools and locating the studs in the wall, I set to work. And that's when I heard it. An unmistakable shriek of a scream. Dropping my drill, I paused my tunes to look around for the poor soul that let out the truly fearful cry. No one was nearby, and the view out the window was devoid of human life. Not paying too much attention, I picked the drill back up and made a hole in the wall where I had made my mark. It seems I misplaced the marking on the wall since I drilled through without hitting a stud at all. I double-checked with my stud finder again, and that's when I saw a thick, slow goo oozing out of the puncture I had just made. What the heck? I reached out to touch it to keep whatever it is from dripping down my newly painted walls. That's when the cacophony of shrills filled the room densely with clear pleas for help. Multiple people were crying in despair to be let go, to go home. I must be losing my mind, I thought. As the pitch of their cries reached a crescendo, I flung my hammer from the tool bag on the floor at the wall. They need to stop yelling. Thwack, thwack, thwack. I swung in frustration and fury. My face paled at the sight as bone and flesh flew out of the holes I was making. Shaking, I realized with horror that they were bodies in my walls. Not skeletons, but recently deceased individuals that had been built and trapped inside of these meticulous walls. How is this possible? What do I do? The seller and renovator of the home surely must have known. And that's when I heard the click of the back door lock being undone. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this short horror story, and we will surely do more at the end of these videos. I love you all very much. Please be safe, and I'll see you in the next adventure.